Hi everyone, it's Gail here with a little craft with me. I have so much to share in this craft with me. So let's get started. Let's start with hi and hugs to Valerie, Tammy, Elaine, and Sandy. Thank you so much for watching my videos and for your comments and everything. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have ideas and I have stuff to share. So, first of all, update on these. I am going to list this little digital as my first digital in my Etsy store, Cinnamon Tea. I'm working on it. You know I'm not the most tech savvy gal on the planet, so I'm working on it, and we'll get there. So that'll be coming soon. I'll let you know when it's up and live. Jeez. What I'm working on now is doing the watermark on the photo on Etsy. So yeah, once I figure that out, we'll be there. So there's that. So that's fun. So I want to tell you that. And then yesterday we made a couple of master boards. We made this one and we made this one. So I wanted to show you how the digitals came out, and I am going to include these in the farm kit. So here's the digitals. Aren't they fun? So I don't know, at some point I might end up putting some sort of a little kit together. I don't know. I'm brand new at this, and so we'll see how it goes. But I thought it turned out really awesome. And so there'll be one of those in each of the farm kits. And then here is the other one with the doilies and the fabric and stuff. I think they turned out really great. So yeah, one of those in each of the farm kits, along with also the embroidery trim as well. So there'll be 3 of those in each kit. Okay, so, and I'm still working on those kits. I'm kind of working on them as I work on the journals, because I don't want to grab something that I want for the journals I'm making and get them in the kit or something. So that's my plan. Okay, so there's that. Did I have something else I was gonna update you on? I don't think so. Okay, so I had an idea. This is what we're going to play with today. I had an idea. I have a bunch of labels for the printer, various types that I've just gotten at garage sales and estate sales. It's interesting, at estate sales, there's usually an office part of the estate sale, and there's usually a stack of photo paper and labels and all that kind of stuff. So I have quite a supply, and it's like I need to start using some of this stuff. And so I was like, how could I use my printer labels? And so you guys, I'm really excited about this. I thought to myself, what if one took the labels and just printed, I'm trying to grab it, and just printed some digitals on them, on the labels, to use in collage and whatever. So that's what I did. So what I did is a variety of the folks that I'm either on I think most of them I'm on the design team or have done design team projects for. Anyway, I think the ones that came out the best, this is Tracy Fox, which is Love Junk Journals on Etsy. I'm going to list everybody below from these digitals, but her, it's called Digital Collage, and there's 4 pages, and I think they turned out really cool. So so you know, when you pull off a label, it's going to be part of the digital. Do you see how that's going to work? Oh, I'm so excited. So this is my one idea for 2019 because I don't have a lot of really original ideas. I think this is an original idea. I've never seen it on YouTube before. It might not be. But I mean, these are gonna be cool. Like, look at this one, you guys. If I pull that off kind of, look at how cool that's gonna be to use in collage. And so we're gonna make some stuff with this stuff today. But let me show you the rest. So I also had, these are the ones that are, it says diskette labels. This one, Avery 5996. This one is Avery 8160. These are just the normal, like 32 a page labels. These are little square labels. And so I knew it wouldn't line up exactly, but I still think it's going to be cool. Like, look at that one. How cool is that? And you know, we can rip them and do whatever with them. I also noticed on this diskette labels that down below they have some itty bitty, I don't know if I can show you so you can see this better, itty bitty labels like that. So those will be kind of fun. I think I'll just stamp a word on them or something. So this is the Mrs. Coggs one, and it's on those diskette labels. Then this one is Artie Mae's. This is from Roses for You, I think it's called, or something, kit. And I just grabbed a couple of the pages, but this is diskette labels too, and I think it's going to turn out kind of cool. Look at that. Oh, I just think this is the best idea. I'm so excited about it. So that was Mrs. Coggs. This one is the page from from my old barn door, the farm kit. So this, we'll probably play with this. I did this in regular size labels, so I thought we could make some ephemera maybe for the farm kit out of those. And then this one is Dreams Etc. I believe this one is which kit? I can't remember which kit, but one of her gorgeous kits. And this one is this the small? This is the smaller labels too, but these are going to be gorgeous. Look at this. If I can get one up. Look at this with the rose. Isn't that going to be pretty? So that was Dreams Etc. And then I did a Tsunami Rose here also. And I took this one from the Charming Fragments because I thought, you know, these book pages here will be cool. This one with a label will be really cool. So that's my idea, you guys, to print printables on label sheets to use in collage, making ephemera and whatever. So fun, don't you think? I think so. Let's play. All right. So one of the things I wanted to definitely do was when I saw these little labels at the bottom, and there should be another sheet of those, where's another one that I did on that? Here. There's this one. I thought I had one where they look like they would be gray or something. Oh, there's little ones right here. That's what I was looking at. Okay. So let's grab, I'm going to grab my kind, because you know it's my favorite stamp. And let's do a few in sepia and a few in black. Oh, it was one of those ideas that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. I want to tell my pals about this. So, okay, well that wasn't straight. Let's try and go straight. I can still use it. I can tear around the edges. Oh yeah. I've got a little goober there at the top, which doesn't matter really, because I'm sure I would probably distress these anyway. So anyway, this kept me awake. I was like, oh, I got to tell my friends about this. This is too fun. So I had a lot of fun yesterday just looking for digitals that I thought would be cool, and I found a few. So I have some other stuff to talk to you about. So one of my subbies asked me to talk about how do I fit in crafting? How do I fit that in with my life, with my household chores, all of that kind of stuff? And so I've been thinking about that this morning and thinking about how I can kind of do the answer to that justice, because I feel like it is, you know, it's tough for women at any stage of life to balance it all, right? So anyway, I came to the conclusion that I think right now is my time. Some of it's time of life, because gosh, when my kids were growing up, there were times I didn't craft at all. And I have crafted my whole life as soon as I could hold a scissors. And while I was raising my kids, there was just no time. There, you know, it was kind of all about them, and which is as it should be. That's why I had them, was to enjoy them. And so anyway, now my kids are grown, and I think I feel like as they got bigger, as they got older, I'm going to get out the farm ones, guys, so we can play with those. As they got bigger, as they got older, I had more and more time, you know, kind of for myself. And so I got more and more into things, and then I started working on my store. I had, I've told you before, I had a bricks and mortar kind of a store. And you guys, this is going to be so easy and so awesome. Anyway, I had the bricks and mortar store, which I was able to definitely use my creativity. I'm going to sew around this off camera, but I just want to kind of see what it looks like for now. Anyway, that my creative, I redid furniture, and I shopped for vintage, which you know I love, and that kind of stuff. And so I did that. But I was still working full time and everything. And so it was hard. It was hard to fit that in. And I'm going to make several of these because is this two stuck together? Nope, that's three. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm going to be disjointed because I have lots of thoughts on this, but I also want to make the stuff that I'm making. Yeah, so anyway, I was working full time, and so there came a point where it was like, okay, I can't do all of this, you know, I can't do justice to my job and every Saturday be at the store. And the other part was my grandkids got big enough, they were playing soccer, and soccer was on Saturday, and so I was missing out. And so I definitely needed to make a change, and so I did. I closed my store. I moved all my stuff to an antique store. I'm just going to go around that label just a little bit. moved all my stuff to an antique store, and I had a booth at the antique store for a couple of years. Then my mom got older, and she was needing more care. And so my husband and I made the decision to move her in with us. And so for 4 years, we took care of my mom, and I was still working full time. And so that was kind of that stage. And that I had my craft room. I was doing mixed media art, and I did do that some, but not a whole lot. It was then after my mom we moved her to another living situation, and then I was able to start doing the videos at that point. Now, so then I retired. Well, that was a game changer. I mean, I had a lot more time. However, my husband was still working. And so I really kind of felt like I needed to, do everything around the house, because he was still working and I was retired, right? So I did. I mean, I was shoveling 3 times a day and doing all the stuff. Okay, I'm going to try to put 2 of these on one of these and see what happens. Okay, we don't want that white space, so I'm just going to tear that off. I'll stick that over here in case we want it for something. Anyway, so I was shoveling 3 times a day, which is how I wrecked up my shoulder. So then there was the whole shoulder surgery situation. Anyhow, during that time, that's kind of when I got into doing journals and shifted from the mixed media to the journals. But I had started doing videos when I was doing mixed media. I don't know what I want to do with that. I'm just going to keep that to the side. Maybe what I'll do is stick it back on the sheet. Wouldn't that be smart? So that it's somewhere where it'll be good. I'm going to put this little piece down here too. Anyway, so I started doing the journals, and I was doing all the shoveling. I hauled all the wood, when they delivered wood, I hauled all that. I, was making the fires. I was, cooking meals. I was doing all of that stuff. And at that time, as far as videos go and crafting and stuff, I did as much as I could, but I probably did maybe a video a week. Okay, that needs more, but I'm loving that. Isn't that kind of cool with that? Oops, sorry. With that house falling over my chair again. Oh boy. Okay, that needs more, but we'll go back to it. I want to get the stickers down and then go from there. So anyway, that was a time where I was still really busy with household sort of responsibilities, and did what I could, but not like I do now. So then my husband retired, and I in some ways have less time, in some ways have more time. So as you know, my husband loves to cook, and so he's taken over all the shopping and all the cooking. So that is no longer on my plate. So that's that's a big deal. That's a lot of time. And then, so anyways, so he does a lot of that, and that's really helpful. We're going to do something with all these little pieces at some point too. So anyway, I'll tell you what my routine kind of is now, and maybe that will be helpful. I don't know. But I guess my main thing is not to be frustrated. If you're raising kids and working and whatever, you're not going to have time to craft like I do. I mean, you know, I was lucky. I was able to take early retirement. So I retired at 60. My college had an incentive program for that. I choose not to think that they just wanted to get rid of me. I'm going to go ahead and think that's not the case. But because they had that for everybody, it wasn't just for me. Anyway, yeah, had they not had that, which it has to do with health insurance. So had they not had that, I'd still be working, but they did. So I was able to retire at 60. Well, 60 is pretty young. I mean, I choose to think 60 is pretty young. And I'm trying to line. Oh, I get. Oh, here we go. I was trying to line up the sheep's head and it just wasn't working. Well, there's this space between the labels, and little Mr. Sheep's neck is completely gone. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna tear off that piece. Okay, it's like, where's his nose? Oh goodness. Okay, let's put this up here. Oh boy. Okay, so anyway, back to my story. Where was I? Where was I before the sheep lost its neck? Oh. Okay, pull it together, Gail. Anyway, don't get frustrated. Your time will come. My time has come. So here is what kind of my routine is these days. Is, for the most part, I wake up, I spend about an hour communicating with all of you, and then I get up, do my shower, all of that. I usually am in my craft room by about 10 o'clock in the morning. And so, had to grab something, sorry. What's been working well for me is to do the craft with me video in the morning, and then because it takes a long time to download, it just does, to my computer, and then again to YouTube. It's just a fact of life. So I get it off of my phone, and then if I'm going to do more than one video that day, I have my phone free. But anyway, and what's been working really well lately is I've been scheduling the video to play the next morning, and you've probably noticed that I've been doing that. So anyway, do some videos in the morning, and or do Etsy orders, you know, whatever it is I have to do. I mean, I would say I spend from 10 to 3 doing either videos, crafting, Etsy, or some related thing. Other than I have lunch with my husband and we go for a walk. Not all days do I walk, because some days I feel like I just have too much to do. And that's okay. He goes on his own and is fine with that. So that's great. And then, then if I do go for a walk, then come back and continue in the afternoon, either working on a journal or doing another video, whether it's Happy Mail or some crazy idea like printing on labels that I get or whatever. And then I usually kind of run out of gas by about 3, like the creative juices just aren't flowing anymore. And so I go up at 3 and usually spend another half hour communicating with you all. And then, and my husband's sitting there too. And so I do that, or I read. And meanwhile, my husband's popping up and down cooking. And sometimes I just go in the kitchen and sit at the table and hang out with him while he does the cooking and stuff. And then, so really from 3 until we go to bed is time with my husband. Because, after dinner, we come down, we watch the news, and then we watch stuff on Netflix or whatever. And usually I'll do something like these little things. Just while I'm sitting there watching TV, these little scrappy embellishments, or something else, So that's kind of the routine. So, and before I go to sleep, I also that's when I can watch videos, and I don't have a lot of time to watch videos, but I love to when I can. And I try to get some video watching into, to keep up on stuff and see what everyone's doing and whatever. But so that's usually, I usually don't go to sleep until 11 or 11:30, because that's the time, when I can answer comments and watch videos and stuff. So that's why I say I spend about 3 hours a day communicating with you guys. An hour or so in the morning, half hour to an hour in the late afternoon, and then before I go to sleep again. So, and so sometimes when we're watching Netflix, I'll go through my comments and answer questions and stuff, so that I don't have to do that right before I go to sleep and can watch a video myself. So that's, I don't know, that's kind of what I've been doing. And yeah, so as far as cleaning the house and stuff like that, my husband isn't, he will do it, but it's not his thing. And so it's kind of worked out with our kids live in a way that they come often enough that I have to clean the bathrooms and change the sheets and vacuum and all of that stuff. My husband will vacuum. He doesn't mind vacuuming. And so, yeah. And, in my house, my standards are different. They really are. I used to be so persnickety. Isn't that fun? So that's fun. I'm going to take this out and sew around it, but I'll do that off camera. I think I'll use red thread maybe for that. And I have white in my machine right now. So anyway, yeah, so that is, oh, so I was talking about doing a little bit of cleaning every now and again. My standards are different. I just don't worry about it as much as I used to. I just kind of feel like I have other fish I want to fry. Look at these fun things. These might be fun. These are from Reflections by Di on Etsy. Look at the little farm or little barn. Isn't that cute? That'll probably be on a page. But I was looking at the white picket fence for this one with the house. That could be cute on there, couldn't it? That's fun. Yeah, so anyway, my standards are different. I just kind of do what I have to do. I mean, I think as my daughter told me the other day, and it's really good advice, even though it stings a little to know that you're older. But she said, Mom, you know, you're getting older. She said, don't do anything that you don't want to do. You've done that. You've done that for years. You know, you've gone to work when you didn't feel like going to work. You know, you had to clean up after us when we were sick when you didn't really want to. And, you know, you've been doing things for other people your whole life. And so do what makes you happy. And I'm like, well, thanks. It's sort of nice to have, you know, have that permission from your child. I don't know. It was really a nice thing for her to say. So anyway, I'm kind of taking that to heart. And, you know, it's just my husband and I. Our house doesn't get that dirty. I mean, in the summer when the windows are open, we get dust and whatever. And, you know, long about September, I'll take care of that. Oh, it's not as bad as I make it out, but kinda. I mean, it's like I have other things I want to do. I don't want to be. Oh, I just think these are so adorable. Thank you, Di. Yeah, so that's my story. I don't know. If you guys have specific questions on how I fit things in or whatever, then let me know. But I think it mostly has to do with time of life. I really do, because, you know, I don't have any responsibilities. I mean, and the nice thing, I mean, I really do kind of treat it like a part-time job, I guess. But at the same time, you know, if I'm going to go see my kids or whatever, I just let you guys know that I'm going to be gone and I go, you know. I can, you know, I can do this when it works for my schedule. Although, okay, I should put that under the fence, I'm thinking now. I don't know if I can get it up now. Sometimes that, yeah, okay. Anyway, I do feel a responsibility. I mean, I didn't used to do a video every day, and I pretty much do that unless I'm gone or something. And I do feel like I do feel a bit of a responsibility, because there are people who wait for this video every day, which still blows my mind, but that's what they tell me. So see, right now my husband's out scraping the back porch. He just that's what he does to keep busy, is he does groceries and he does the finances and he does the cooking and stuff. And if he doesn't have that to do, then he has nothing to do, and that would drive him crazy. So it works perfect, really. He takes on more and I get to do this. So, and we're both happy, really, because he loves to cook. I have to tone down that white fence a little bit. Okay, I think like I need a word or something right here, don't you think? I do too. I think I have some paper words in my little box too. Let's look at that. think I want fabric, but I think I thought I had paper words. Maybe not. What's this one? Dream. It's kind of a dream having your farmhouse. Yeah, that's gonna go there. Yeah. So anyway, that's how it works for me, you guys. I don't know. And my husband also knows how much I love this. He knows I love every single one of you. I mean, and I know I spend a lot of time communicating, but it's because I want to. I know all YouTubers don't do that, but I want to. And when I don't want to anymore, you'll know because I won't be communicating anymore. But I really do. I really do want to. Oh my goodness. That one turned out cute, I think. That's fun. So maybe it would be helpful to the one subby that asked. Maybe it would be helpful if you guys could talk about how you fit in crafting. You know, how does it fit into your life? I'm looking at my little pieces from Ooh La La Crafts to see if there's something that would be fun on this. I'm kind of thinking one bunny's head is missing, which sort of breaks my heart. But I'm thinking this little piece of color would be pretty right here. And maybe I can do I'm going to go right here, and I want a strip maybe for right there. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm just playing. I'm mostly talking and doing a little playing. But yeah, I do understand that it can sometimes be really frustrating not to have the time that you want. Really, before my husband retired, when I was doing everything around the house, like the days that it would snow and I'd have to shovel 3 times, I would get all sorts of bent out of shape. I'd be like, oh, I just want to be in my craft room, you know. So I do understand how that can get frustrating. Okay, I'm not feeling any of that at all, so we'll save those for something else. What do we want to do with you? Let's look up here for inspiration. I had this off the top of some paper that I had. Maybe my little bits and pieces. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I kind of like that right there. So let's do that. Yeah. So I would, just share in the comments how you manage to get some craft time in, because that you never know, some hint that you might have might really help someone else to incorporate maybe that idea in their life or something. So okay, well that's good. I feel like I need a little color somewhere. Just want that on there. Don't want it across the bottom. As easy as this one went together, this one I'm struggling with for some reason. I kind of like that across the bottom. Maybe I just need to cut this in half. Getting smaller and smaller bits here. We're going to be down to nothing in a minute. yeah, so maybe that can be a little discussion in the comments of how do we do it? How do we do it? Okay, I like that better. This needs to be a bit smaller, so I'm just gonna take off that itty bitty bit. And put that right there and that right there. Ooh, and then I could do, I wonder if a teeny weeny lace or something. I don't know. We'll put these on and see where we're at. So it is funny too now when I visit my kids, you know, that's when mostly when I'm not with you guys is when I'm visiting them, and I get real antsy. It's like 4 days is about my maximum, and when we go to Denver we usually stay a little longer than that because, you know, once you've paid for the airline and all of that, you might as well stay for a while. So but yeah, and you know, in August I'm gonna have another grandbaby, and I want that baby, even though it lives far away, to know me. So there'll be probably some more trips because of that, but yeah, I don't know, and maybe it's just because I'm getting older, but I find that there's just not enough time in the day. I mean, I have been horrible about doing my own journaling. I mean, I've been making journals and all of that, but I have just not been good about, I'm looking at my scraps, guys. I have not been good about journaling in my own journal. Okay, as you can tell, things are starting to fall. I spotted in my jar this one piece of lace that I think needs to go on here. And so I grabbed it and everything else went flying. Okay. So let us use some of that. I mean, this book I'm kind of using as my ooh la la design team, but you know, sometimes you just got to use stuff from your stash. Oh yeah, that's what we need. We need some of these little posies is what we need. Right about there. Yep. Yeah, so anyway, that's the struggle, isn't it? Just to have time to do what you love to do and yet take care of your responsibilities as well. That really is a gift of this time of life, I will tell you. And you know, to my daughter's point of, you know, you ain't getting any younger, Mom. I feel like I have a lot I want to do. I'm not ready to, I mean, first of all, you don't know how long your health is going to hold out. I mean, I had the challenges last year with my crazy shoulder and then the surgery on the shoulder and everything. And it's like, you know, you never know when that stuff is going to happen. So I want to do this as much and as long as I can. So there's that one. That's fun. Okay. I want to play. I've done some for the farm books, which is awesome, and I'll sew around those. But I wanted to play a little bit with some of the Mrs. Coggs because I think they are gonna be awesome with this. I really do. So let's do a couple of index cards maybe, just to mess around with a little bit. Because I was thinking the index cards will be perfect for, you know, perfect for this sort of stuff. Oh, geez, that's pretty. Look at this one. Sometimes it's hard to find the edge of it. Oh, that's the edge. Here's the label. gosh, I mean, it's just like instant cool. Look at that. I mean, in some ways, that's just fine the way it is. I mean, it might need some lines or something, but how stinking awesome is that? And I'm going to be using up these labels. Watch, I'll be at the office supply store looking for more labels because I've used them all up. Let's see, I want to kind of just look in my little bits here, my little scrappy embellishments, see if there's something that speaks to me to go along. Ooh, here's a good one for the farm with the buffalo plaid. Pull that out for later. I don't know. That's cool, but it covers up too much. These are so fun, but as you can see, I have quite a supply because I do them while I'm watching TV with my husband, and he doesn't care if I do something while we're watching TV as long as we're kind of hanging out together. That one's kind of cool, isn't it? So, yeah. Anyway, I feel completely blessed to have the time that I have to do what I love, and all of you have just made it all the better because I have company doing all this stuff. I feel like I might want something just behind there, just a piece of something. What about let's tear a little bit of this tissue paper and see what that would be like. Yeah. Except yeah, that just gives a little something back there that I think it needed a little something back there. Let's see, where's my book? Gosh, I've got myself into like a 4x4 square here. Oh, but yeah, I wanted to try some of Tracy's here too. It'll be so fun. Okay. Oops, it looks like I gotta do this a little bit more. I appreciated too just the subby asking that question. It's kind of nice sometimes to have built in something to talk about because, you know, my life is not that exciting for the most part. Every once in a while something fun happens, but I just appreciate having a topic that we can all kind of chat about and something that will be helpful for people because there is that. I know just from being on the Ooh La La Crafts design team and A Tattered Dream as well, that those two gals work and do their Etsy shop, and they get pretty, you know, I mean, they're busy. Like Christy said to me, she said if she's not working, she's doing Etsy. It's like having 2 full-time jobs. So I feel lucky to have this be my one part-time job. Okay, aren't those fun? See how quick that comes together when you've got some pieces made? And I just think that I just think that having that label done is awesome. It's just ready to rock and roll. So that can be a cute pocket. It could be a tuck, or it can be a journaling card. So how fun is that? Okay, how are we doing time-wise? We got about 10 minutes. Maybe let's play with one more label and see what we want to do. Maybe let's do, see, these are all just partial labels. I was looking to see what I had to do another one for the farm journal. Ah, shoot, you know what I wanted to do? Let's put that back. I really wanted to try some of Mrs. Cog's and just play with that a little bit. Let's just do that. Okay, so part of this one came off, but so I'm just going to tear this down this side. Get the white off of there. We don't know what we'll do with that, but maybe something. And then there's kind of some white at the top too. This we don't need to keep. It's like, okay, gal, you're down to 2 tiny pieces. You can't even hang on to them. Okay, my fingers are super sticky. Okay, let's see what we can do with this one real quick here. Okay, now I like how that, since it's torn on those 2 sides, let's go this side with the label. Again, just that is kind of nice, but we're gonna add something to it. Maybe one of these. Ooh, how about some washi? Let's do some washi. Let's see. This one has very similar colors, and it's, I don't know, maybe not. It's too orangey. Not finding the perfect washi, you guys. And my door won't open because there's too much in it. Let's see. Maybe that. I don't know. Let's see. If we don't like the washi, I can always put it in my glue book, right? I'm thinking, whoops. Oh, my fingers are way too sticky. I need to wash up before I do much more. I have so many washies over here. I need to spend some time on my glue book. See, that's what I mean. It's just like there's so many wonderful creative endeavors just waiting, and I just feel like sometimes I just don't have enough time. Let's see what that looks like. Just fold that over to the back. Should have probably put glue on that, but seriously, my fingers are really starting to not work. Okay, where did I stamp kind? Right here. Okay. So I am thinking about, I want to ink around it a little bit, which is kind of tricky since it's sticky on the back, but can be done. It can be done. Put that down there, and I think that's what I'm going to do, and then distress it, and then something can be written there. I think this one I would use as a journaling card. You know, while we're chatting about all things journaling, I should say too, you know, I haven't lost track of doing a live. It just has not fit in. I've just been doing too much other stuff. So someday, maybe. Right now, I just am trying to figure out the digitals on Etsy. Oh, that's fun. I think that's just fun. I love the botanicals anyway. So there is that. Let me show you all that we did with our new little Let's Print Printables on Labels deal. Gosh, I love it. It's really fun. It's really fun. I gotta uncover what we've done here. Okay. So recapping, we did a couple of little cards. This is a Mrs. Coggs here. Or I'm sorry, this is a Tracy Love Junk Journals. This is a Mrs. Coggs here. Those two, and then we did these 3 tags with my old barn door printables. I don't know, this one might be my favorite. That's just really fun how that one came out. And then these little ones are also my old barn door. So I can, once I sew around those, I think it will really finish them off and they'll be super fun. So thanks everybody for crafting with me today. I loved it, and as I always do. And I hope you'll share with one another how you make it all work, because it's a lot, and especially in earlier stages of life. So share your hints with others, and that'll be awesome. So we will just see you next time. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.